You think you need more motivation. But what if I told you, motivation is the very reason you keep failing? Because every time you wait to feel ready, your brain learns one thing, that you only act when it feels easy. And that's exactly why your progress keeps disappearing the moment life gets hard. Motivation feels like the fuel for success, but it's actually the sugar rush of self-improvement, powerful for a moment and then gone. Psychologically, motivation is tied to dopamine spikes, bursts of energy triggered by novelty or reward. Once the novelty fades, so does your drive. So if motivation fails, what actually keeps people consistent? Let's break it down. First, motivation is emotional, not logical. Your brain doesn't chase goals, it chases feelings. That's why you can plan a 5 a.m. workout, but hit the snooze button when your alarm rings. The limbic system, your emotional brain, overrides logic when discomfort shows up. Real consistency starts when your actions are no longer emotional decisions. When brushing your teeth and working out feel the same, completely automatic. Second, the brain rewards initiation, not intention. Thinking about doing something releases a tiny hit of dopamine, tricking your brain into feeling like you've already succeeded. That's why planning feels so productive but rarely leads to action. Instead, start small. You don't need motivation to start. You need momentum to continue. That first step triggers dopamine naturally, not by dreaming, but by doing. Third, discipline is just automated decisions. We glorify discipline as this incredible inner strength, but it's really just habitual automation. Your brain loves saving energy. Once a behavior becomes a loop, cue, routine, reward, it no longer costs you any willpower. That's how soldiers, athletes, and top creators operate. They don't wake up inspired every single day. They just follow the system they've built. Discipline is motivation without the emotion. Fourth, you confuse dopamine with meaning. Scrolling social media gives you quick dopamine hits. Finishing a long project gives you deep satisfaction. That's serotonin and endorphins. But because dopamine acts faster, your brain prefers the instant hit. That's why your motivation collapses under boredom. To fix this, you need to train your reward system. Don't chase excitement. Chase progress. Progress is the slow-release dopamine, the kind that actually rewires your identity. Fifth is the myth of feeling ready. Waiting to feel ready is just procrastination disguised as self-care. Neuroscience shows that action comes before emotion, not the other way around. You feel motivated after you act, not before. So start when you don't feel like it. That's when your brain learns resilience. The more discomfort you face without quitting, the less power your emotions have over your actions. Sixth, you're addicted to potential, not progress. You love imagining your future self, confident, productive, successful. That image gives you a dopamine surge that's stronger than the grind itself. But every time you visualize without taking action, your brain just rewards the fantasy. That's why you stay stuck, addicted to your one day. The cure? Trade potential for proof. Do one small thing every day that your future self would thank you for. And finally, the identity shift. The reason your motivation dies is because of an identity conflict. You're trying to act like a disciplined person while still believing you're lazy. Your subconscious will always win that argument. The fix isn't more effort, it's alignment. Start telling yourself, I'm the kind of person who does hard things, and then prove it to yourself in micro ways. 5 minutes of work, 1 extra rep, 1 difficult phone call. Identity, not motivation, is what sustains your habits for the long haul. So here's the fix. System over emotion. Stop trying to manage your feelings, start managing your systems. Habits don't care how you feel, they only care what you repeat. Design your environment to make good actions automatic and bad ones invisible. That's how you rewire motivation into real, lasting consistency. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. When you stop waiting to feel inspired and start acting in alignment with who you want to be, your brain adapts. It stops seeking comfort and starts seeking growth. So stop chasing motivation. Build your identity, build your systems, and watch your brain follow. Thanks for watching. If this helped, be sure to subscribe for more content on real transformation, not just motivation.